Hello viewers, this is Heretic Plus, and I am extremely excited to bring you the premiere episode of Let's Play Ocarina of Time. Holy crap, am I excited. When this game came out, it was 1997, okay? I was 4 years old. This is the game that inspired me to really learn how to read. This was the first big game that I ever really beat, and it's probably the most sentimental game in my life. I mean, there's no game that I probably love more than this, that I played more than this, that I know more than this, because I've probably beaten this game 15 plus times, you know, like at least once per year since it came out. And so I got a Dazzle a little while ago and some other video recording stuff, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna bring you the game that started everything for me. I'm gonna bring a Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So I hope you all enjoy. I will be doing everything in this game. I'll be showing you every skulltula, every heart piece, every piece of equipment, etc. Most every secret that's actually, you know, useful. So, yeah. I'm really excited. I'm not going to show you that little part of the game. No spoilers, sorry. And yeah, in the opening scene, it's freaking amazing. It hits my heart every time, but it does show a couple of spoilers that I don't know why they put it there, but you know, I don't care. Pretty awesome either way. So we're gonna start a brand new file. And oh shoot, you know what? Whenever I play this game, it's almost the same as Final Fantasy games. I just love the characters so much, I just can't name them anything else. They have to be their name. So Link it is. Sorry guys, no Heretic in this episode, just Link. So here we go, starting our new file of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the vast, deep forest of Hyrule, long have I served as the guardian spirit. I am known as the Deku Tree. The children of the forest, the Kokiri, live here with me. Each Kokiri has his or her own guardian fairy. However, there is one boy who does not have a fairy. Just an interesting fact, almost like tons of Zelda games, they start with Link being asleep. This one, Link's Awakening, literally, Skyward Sword does, a few others as well, Wind Waker does, but see, I've always loved this part. You know, this was the first game that really showed the awesomeness of the N64, and who is that? It's a green man! Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's like the coolest cutscene of 1997 history, just gotta say. Navi, Navi, where art thou? Come hither. Oh Navi the fairy, listen to my words, the words of the Deku Tree. I'm gonna voice act this a little bit. Dost thou sense it? The climate of evil descending upon this realm. Malevolent forces even now are mustering to attack our land of Hyrule. For so long, the Kokiri Forest, the source of life, has stood as a barrier, deterring outsiders and maintaining the order of the world. But before this tremendous evil power, even my power is as nothing. It seems the time has come for the boy without a fairy to begin his journey. The youth whose destiny it is to lead Hyrule to the path of justice and truth. Navi, go now! Find our young friend and guide him to me. I do not have much time left. Fly, Navi, fly! The fate of the forest, nay, the world, depends upon thee. So the tree has a mustache. And it talks to fairies, but that's okay, because the Deku Tree is frickin' awesome. Flying around. Woo! Under the legs. This place is simply beautiful. I love Kokiri Forest. It's I don't know, this game just starts you out in such a peaceful, nice, you know, ease you into it kind of setting. You know, pretty freaking awesome. I love it. I'm gonna mention just how freaking beautiful this game is. Nope, bumped into the fence. You know, that's funny because fairies can like float through walls and stuff, but they can't go through the fence. Kind of odd. So this is Link's humble abode, and we are asleep as every, what are we, 12, 10? I think we're 10, as every 10-year-old should be at this hour.
Hello, Link, wake up! The great Deku Tree wants to talk to you! Link, get up!
No, I'm tired.
Hey, come on! Can Hyrule's destiny really depend on such a lazy boy?
Yes, it does. Who gets up like that in the morning? You know, like, gets up on their knees. I've never done that, and I sleep on my stomach like every night. Ah, burp! Excuse me! You finally woke up.
I'm Navi the Fairy. The great Deku Tree asked me to be your partner from now on. Nice to meet you. The great Deku Tree has summoned you, so let's get going, right now.
Gosh, it's like you're my girlfriend. Alright, so this is our awesome house. Pretty dang cool. It's all made of wood. So here we are, the beautiful Kokiri Forest, where we live with all of our friends. And that down there, she is our best friend, Saria. I'm not going to call her Saria. She was Saria when I was like 4 years old, so she's still Saria now.
Yahoo! Hi, Link.
She's like the most popular person here in the forest. But before we go down to talk to her and obviously lay on some pickup lines, if you walk back into your house, you switch to third-person mode instead of, I forget what it's called, the up on top mode. I forget. And you can get a rupee here. And this over here is kind of cool as well. Link's records. This will tell you how many Skulltulas you've killed, which is spider squashed. The largest fish you've caught later on. There is a fishing minigame. As well as the marathon. You race a guy later on. The horse race, which you can take at a certain ranch. And horseback archery, which you can do fairly late in the game, but it's a pretty awesome game to play. Yeah, so that'll show all your statistics there. And, yeah, you know, just kind of cool that it switches right over to third-person view. So let's go check her out. Okay. What's up, Saria?
Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Well, now you're a true Kokiri, Link.
Is that right? The great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the great Deku Tree.
I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the great Deku Tree.
Okay, she's really nice. So this sign here, you know, it says it's Link's house, you know, and this is kind of cool over here. Link obviously has big dreams because he's drawn a picture of himself with sword and shield. I believe that up there on top of him is a fairy since, you know, as you know, Link has never had a fairy. He's the only kid who didn't until Navi came along. And we're fighting Godzilla's little midget baby. Yeah. So here we are. And periodically, Navi will say,
"Hey, listen!"
which goes down in gaming history as being really annoying. To be honest, I've never found it all that annoying. You know, I think it's almost over-exaggerated because so many people joke about it. People just joke about it automatically. But yeah, she'll tell you hints or whatnot. A lot of times it's things that you don't really need to know. But if it's the first time you're playing it, a lot of it you do kind of need to know. So we're going to head this way. This is where the Deku Tree is. You can see on the map that huge thing up in the right. Hey, I've got bit. Dang it, he won't let us through.
Hey you, Mr. No Fairy. What's your business with the great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. You're like
an eternal child. What are you talking about, Kokiri?
What? You've got a fairy? Say what? The great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the great Mido?
Yeah, this guy is like the village douchebag, pretty much. That's his role.
This isn't funny.
It's like he knew I called him that.
I don't believe it. You're not even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield? Where's your sword and shield, buddy? I don't see nothing on you.
Okay, his foot. He's got so much energy. Because, I mean, I'm trying to do that now. And I can't hardly do it that fast. Whatever. That aside. What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but
If you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh. See, now this guy is setting us up to fail, because, like, the shop in this game, it sells a shield, and Mido knows it does, but there's no way to buy a sword in the entire place. So we're gonna have to, you know, get a little bit creative to find this thing, pretty much. So basically, you go all around the forest, searching through grass, etc., to try and find all of the rupees you can, because we need, in the shop, the Deku shield, which is the first shield we can get. There are actually 3 different shields in the game, but the first one costs, I think, exactly 40 rupees. So that's what we'll need. And if you jump there on that thing, you know, you can get 5. I think you can do it the other way too. Okay, you can't, but that's okay. You can pick up rocks. Most of them have 1 underneath them. A few of these rocks actually have 3 rupees hidden underneath. So I don't really know who's walking around and sticking cash underneath these rocks, but we haven't found any yet. Holy crap, there's nothing underneath these. There we go. Yeah, I don't know who walks around and puts money under these, but it's much appreciated. So 1 rupee for all that effort. This sucks. So all the different people in the forest live here. This is the house of the know-it-all brothers. If you want, you can go talk to them. I think there might be some in there. There's some around town. One's down there, I think, by the ferry. And they're good for, like, tutorials and stuff. Like, there's one over here. They'll tell you how to, like, Z-target, which is like this, to, you know, keep your cursor on it so you can do whatever. How to roll, attack, etc. I already know how to do all that, so I'm not going to really go over any of that unless it's really important to do so. But, so if we go under here, there's a little bit of a hidden area. So there's some rupees over here, and then watch out, because there's a boulder, for some reason, that's magically going in circles. You know, there's no way that this boulder could retain this much acceleration and such, but whatever. So here we have something amazing. So here's a sign from the Know-It-All Brothers house, telling us how to open a chest. You walk up, press A, and there's this huge chest we could fit inside here. This is the kind of chest that you hide babies in. And we get, ba-da-ba-bum, the Kokiri sword. Yeah, so this is the first sword we can get in the game. It's really, I mean, it's more of a dagger, but since we're like a child, it's a sword. So this is like the legendary weapon of the Kokiri. You can equip it, and we can kill stuff. Yeah, so it wasn't really well hidden. We just, like, it was hidden like 100 yards from our house, but yeah, whatever. I mean, I guess the forest children don't have much cause to be, you know, looking for weapons and stuff, so they've probably just forgotten about it for years, you know. So there's some more money down here. Ah! Okay. So we have the sword, so we're halfway to being able to go see the tree. Crawl back out here. And now that we have the sword, I'll show you this real quick. If you, before you had it, you can't pull these up. We do not have the strength. But with the sword, we can just slash them, and there's money inside sometimes, like hearts like that, etc. Pretty cool. Getting deadlier all the time. So we've got 28 now. I'll show you a few more areas where you can get some. This way looks good. Now this house here with the hearts on top, this is Saria's house, you know, where the prom queen of the Kokiri Forest lives. So we're gonna go up here, and you can kind of walk on this bridge thingy, and over there by her there are 5 rupees. And if we talk to her, she says, "Hee hee hee, you came all the way up here. You're a real man. That's right. Tell it to that Mido person, bitch. Look, isn't this view pretty? Change your viewpoint with, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, they tell us what to do. Very nice. I know how to do it all." Go ahead and jump down. And then where else? I think there's 5 over here. Basically, there's an easy way and a hard way to do this. You can spend all your time looking through for all of the
rupees and stuff in the grass and under rocks, or there's areas where they just stash them, which is a little bit faster because they usually stash more than one at once. But I'll show you where a few are either way, just in case, you know, just because I know where they all are. I'll show you how to get them all the special ones at least. So this house, this is Mido's house, the village douchebag. So there's 4 chests in here. I forget exactly what's in every one, but there's like 5 rupees in this one. I think there's hearts in a couple of them. Yeah, there's a heart. Really, hearts and chests are like the most worthless thing to ever pull out. It's even worse than rupees, simply because you can find hearts everywhere, you know. Yeah, so there were 11 rupees in his house, so now we have well over what we need. And those are really all the good ones around the village. So, let's go over here. This is the shop. What's up, girl? How you doing? I'll look up there. Yeah, so we Z-target her, we can talk and stuff like that. This is useful if you're like on a horse or on a different level from the person, or even too far away. Sometimes Z-targeting can let you interact with them when you would not be able to do so otherwise. So yeah, the fairy is basically our mouse pointer in this game, pretty much. Let's go in. So yeah, this is the shop, and that guy has some kind of problem, whatever the case. What's up, man? So here we can buy arrows, which we will not use for years. I'm both joking and not joking with that statement. He sells hearts, Deku seeds for our slingshot, which we get fairly soon. Spoiler alert. And here is the coveted Deku shield. 40 rupees, we'll buy it. However, watch out, because if the Deku shield gets set on fire from things like flaming attacks, lava, etc., it will literally burn off your back, and you'll have to either find or buy a new one. So, yeah, be careful about that. If there's flames or whatnot, you're going to want to switch to a different shield, which I'll show you about later on in the game. So here we are, we're fully equipped, we are indeed a real man. So let's get going to go see the Deku tree. What's up, sir?
If you want to see the great Deku tree, you should at least equip a... shut the fuck up.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, you have a Deku shield? And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Good grief! Well, even with all that stuff, a whip is still a whip, huh? I, the great Mido, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria and the great Deku tree, huh? Grumble, 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 you're a dick. And you walk like you're constipated, sir. I mean, talk about bow-legged. So this part, which I'm about to show you, actually, when I was like 4 or 5 years old, this terrified me. I hated this part. But you walk through, and the first enemy of the game, the Deku Babas, pop out of the ground, out of nowhere, and they used to terrify me. They're probably the least dangerous enemy in the game, but yeah. So if you hit Navi's button, which is the top C button, while targeting, she'll tell you a little bit about the enemy, you know, tips on how to beat it, etc. So that is kind of useful. If you cut them like this, you can get Deku sticks. Now these are useful to light torches and such, but also, if you hit people with them, it's actually stronger than your sword. By a decent bit of damage, it does more damage than your sword does, at least this sword. So early in this game, in boss fights, certain enemies, we're actually gonna smack them with the stick instead of using our sword, you know, when we don't have to use shields. And then it's important to note that when you... Shoot, didn't work. So these ones, it doesn't work because you have to slash it just right, but most enemies that works. And if you slash your sword while it's equipped, you put it away, which is useful. So, great Deku tree, I'm back! It's like the Joseph Stalin of trees, controlling Mother Russia. Oh, Navi, thou hast returned. Link, welcome. Listen carefully to what I, the Deku tree, am about to tell thee. I swear, the writing in this game is just epic. It's so awesome. Thy slumber these past moons must have been restless and full of nightmares. As the servants of evil gain strength, a vile climate pervades the land and causes nightmares to those sensitive to it.
Verily, thou hast felt it. Link, the time has come to test thy courage. I have been cursed. I need you to break the curse with your wisdom and courage. But Link only has courage. Spoiler alert, but if you haven't played the game, you don't know what I'm talking about. Dost thou have courage enough to undertake this task? Well, of course I do. So then he opens up his mouth. That is really inappropriate if you think of it in that way. Then enter, brave Link, and thou too, Navi. Navi the fairy, thou must aid Link. And Link, when Navi... Okay, now this is when he completely drops the third wall and tells you about controls. But that's okay. What are you going to do? So this is the first dungeon of the game, inside the Great Deku Tree. So anyways, this has been a great... He has some cool hair. He has a tree afro. Anyways, this has been an awesome first episode. I'm incredibly excited to put this up for you guys. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Like I said, shoot, stay in front of me. So, yeah. So this has been episode 1 of Let's Play Ocarina of Time. In the next one, we'll continue inside of the Joseph Stalin Deku Tree thingy-mabobber, do our first dungeon, and partake in some general awesomeness and butt kickery. So yeah, tune in next time. Rate, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. This is Heretic Plus, signing out. Goodbye, guys.